Sorry about that.
That's okay. Going good. I was just kind of introducing you a little bit to this crew. Brody, just so you know, this is our next level session. It's kind of a little members area we have inside of KV Core. And we talk about kind of outside of the box tactics, maybe a little bit more advanced than the basics around KV Core. So I thought you'd be a great guy to come in and have you talk a little bit about recruiting and this ideal estate integration.
Awesome. Thanks so much for having me, and great to meet everyone.
Yeah. So anybody watching, if you have any questions, as always, just pop them in the box. We're going to keep this a little informal. I had some slides that I put together with a nice little markety headline there with a big promise on the front. Generate 3 to 7 warm recruiting conversations with qualified and interesting agents every month with a question mark. Brody, is that a claim that is fair to make? Should I adjust those numbers? Because I didn't talk to you about those numbers.
I think it's probably much higher. So I think it's probably more like 10 to 15, depending on which package you have.
Okay.
And so I think that would be very reasonable. I think depending on the strategy, if people use the right strategy, they're going to have far more than this. But in terms of sending people to KV Core, that's how we've kind of priced things so that we remain exclusive with this product. And I think it's something very important that people aren't simultaneously recruited. I think recruiting can be sort of a tough subject for a lot of different companies, even though everyone has to do it and it's a necessary part of the process. So we wanted to create something that was really about relationship building, kind of taking the capital R out of recruiting and putting it in relationship building. And I think it works well for any brokerage style, anything anyone needs to do. And it's very different than going to like a broker metrics where you're really just getting a phone book and then cold calling people. And there's probably nothing more intrusive than that. And so we wanted to put a face to every name and have people be able to interact and really connect.
Cool. So we're going to go into ideal estate in a minute, but just from a 10,000 foot view, it's kind of, I'll let you explain it better, but from what I can tell, it's kind of like a LinkedIn for real estate or a sort of a social network.
Yeah, 100%. We've become known in the industry as the LinkedIn of real estate. And we've got about 1.2 million agents on the site. We're growing, obviously as new agents come in and out. But it's a great place for agents to do a multitude of different things, sharing referrals, connecting. We provide the first truly, agent-friendly nationwide MLS. And agent attraction was a natural progression of what we were doing. And so I created the company to, be first and foremost friendly to agents, and to really get behind them, not sell their hard-earned leads to other folks, and to give them all the tools they need to be successful. Cool. And so that's something that we're very excited about.
Now I'm just going to the homepage. Oh, if I go to the homepage, since I'm logged in, it'll kind of drop me in. People can check that out later. But maybe we'll just keep with the slides here. And basically, when we were talking, you mentioned that the integration with KV Core kind of gives a suite of integrated features that take the 5 hardest things about recruiting off of an agent's plate. Do you want to talk about some of the bullet points here?
Oh, absolutely. So the biggest part of agent attraction is you have to go and get in front of a lot of agents all the time, whether you're a brokerage, whatever the case may be. And that's kind of hard. So you have to go to Facebook or LinkedIn or some other place to create a network of agents. Ideal Estate is a network of agents. And so we're able to get you in front of the people you want to talk to at a very tactical level all the time. The second part is having insight into people and for them to have insight into you as well. So the two-way insight is kind of bullet number 2. We do have people's metrics where you can understand how well they produce. And this is on a nationwide scale. And I can't stress how valuable this is. If you're with broker metrics, which is what a lot of people use, you have to be the broker of record in that area. And agents move all over the country. So we're nationwide, give you the access you need to understand, how well someone produces, but more importantly, who they are as a person. That's very important. Someone might be a great producer, but they're not the right fit for your team. We give you a way to get to know them. Go ahead.
So you can see that I've been a part-timer and I only do 1 or 2 deals a year.
Yeah, more or less. But, maybe I look at that and I say, well, great, come join my team and we'll get you 5 deals a year or 10, or we're going to make you a full-timer. So you have to look at it from a bunch of different angles as, here's some potential, or here's someone who's seasoned, and we can keep them where they are. And so it comes from all angles. The other part is, agent attraction is very difficult. It's almost like dating. So you're basically making a pitch to someone more or less as a stranger, trying to get them to make a huge, huge decision. And so having multiple ways to reach out, multiple ways to start a conversation, that's part of what we do. And then obviously, we're constantly building the pipeline for you. So we're helping you connect, helping you do everything. And KV Core comes in, at every stage of this process, really from the middle down. And it's really about, okay, how do you cultivate relationships so that you might meet someone and 6 months later, they're the perfect person. So you're building the pipeline, you're nurturing through KV Core. And that's what KV Core does best. And so obviously the partnership we've had has just been phenomenal. And then, ROI. So, how do you measure success? Well, it's actually pretty simple. If you're able to bring over a couple people a year, you're actually ahead on this, but we're seeing more or less a 10% conversion rate based on the packages. So if we send you 10 people, you're going to convert one. And it's about how aggressive you want to be. A lot of people, it's like, well, I can only handle 25 or and I need to do that in a 3-month period. But onboarding people, everything else, people are like, I want 100 people to join. Not realistic on any platform, but the ROI here is more affordable by 4 times than the next best competitor out in the market.
And of course, things are going to vary based on your company's plan and how you're incentivized to bring on other agents. But I think these days, you might know this better than me, I think most companies have some kind of incentive for bringing in other agents. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm talking about the baseline of what we understand about the market. Worst case scenario is what we're talking about in terms of ROI.
Right. So
as long as you follow the steps, if you don't use a good strategy, you're not going to have good results. And that's true on this platform and anywhere else. But, we give you all the tools. If you're not being successful here, it's about your messaging. It's about your approach. And that's something that we also help you with, which we'll get to, Ryan, as well, this is not a thanks for signing up, good luck, thanks for your money. We help every week coach and train our folks.
Great. And, it's just occurring to me that even if you're not in recruiting mode, so to speak, this could be useful for, as you said, finding referral partners. And also if you need a buyer's agent or somebody, you might not be hardcore recruiting, but this would be a great way to find somebody in your local market who might be a good fit.
Yeah. And then you start a conversation. It might be about referrals. And then that leads to, well, we work together. You should join us. That would be a great thing. So a lot of agents use us to share referrals on a nationwide basis. And, a lot of, agents have been taught to fear, working with other agents, but that's actually the best source of quality business. So, referrals are, leads that come from a trusted source. Leads, can come from many sources, but we focus on referrals. And so a lot of agents get a lot of different business opportunities, as well as obviously recruiting.
So just from networking, basically.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So this has been a little abstract. That was kind of our setup. We're what it is. I guess let's show people how the system works. And I wonder, do you want me to just go into my account to do this, or should I hand the screen over to you?
Hand it over to me. I've got it all ready to go.
Perfect. So I'll just hit stop sharing. Hopefully Zoom doesn't give us any issues here. Are you able to share?
Looks like we're able to share.
Cool.
So kind of starting here, this is kind of, the notification center. This is how we match you. And I'm going to jump back and forth just for a second here, but this is where you basically can go to see your candidates, to see what they're interested in, you understand what you need to understand about them. You can check their metrics on the fly, see what they're all about. 17 listings last 12 months, gives you a snapshot. You can send to KV Core, click of a button, drops into the correct nurture campaign. They're already set up. So, I recommend you tweak them a little bit so that it's more personalized. You'll get better results.
So so you just said in KV Core, there's an ideal estate recruiting campaign.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
For all of these that are already set up, you should tweak them a little bit, but we did a one size fits all. Seems to work pretty well. kind of jumping back to the profile, okay, very much like LinkedIn, which you can see right here. This is a live account. This is an agent. He's grown his network to 59,000 agents across the country. That means he shows up first, so pipeline building, that's part of it. You can see the attraction playbook here, which is very, very effective. Tutorial videos, but it comes down to, like, you know, literally a few minutes, you're able to get up and running. You put in your pitch, you select what your ideal candidate looks like. We help match you automatically, and we also help connect you with people that meet your criteria, whatever it is. And then basically your job is to follow up, get them on a phone call, send them to KV Core if it's the right opportunity, and then you're up and running, ready to go. So really, really easy. You can see all different kinds of interactions here. Really, really great. And it's phenomenal from that standpoint.
So
here's the playbook in particular.
So if I want to connect, just anticipating. So I go and I create my profile. First off, the profile, I kind of liked it better than LinkedIn's. I've been playing with LinkedIn a lot, but you can put front and center a nice video kind of above the fold when somebody sees your profile right there.
Yeah, correct. And you can do it down here too. You can throw in multiple services. You can create all kinds. So these are great when it comes to, like, you know, referrals, things like that, that are also important to people.
So people can see what you're doing in your business because you're posting kind of your
and you can see other people as well. Right. So when you go through, you can also search the entire network. It's pretty easy to use. And, you know, we just basically, you can kind of go through, look at someone's profile, see what they're up to. You know, you can search by, you know, different brokerages. You can send them a message. You can pull up their
number of listings they've had. I saw that.
Yeah, correct. So you can pull up their stuff right here, send them to KV Core on the fly. You can check their listing stats up above here. And so this is pretty easy to use right here. And then again, if someone clicks the recruit button, no one else can do that for 6 weeks. And so it's phenomenal.
Okay, so that's a level of exclusivity with your prospect. So when you click the recruit, what's that do? It kind of blocks somebody else from seeing that person, or?
Yeah, so this recruit button goes away for anyone else trying to do it. I mean, I suppose someone could Google their name and call them, right, but that would be, you know, kind of fighting against the internet. Anyone could do that, but it doesn't allow them to simultaneously send anyone to KV Core. On the sort of agent attraction side, where it comes from someone looking for a new job, they could obviously look at multiple teams. They want to weigh their options, just like you don't apply to one job if you're in the job market. But once someone's sent to KV Core, no one else can do that. And this is something we want to do very, very specifically to maintain the quality of the product.
So that drip campaign going out, that smart campaign going from KV Core is really only going to be seen by that agent one time. It's not going to come from 8 different agents using KV Core. Yeah.
Yep. And we've been around for a year now with this product, and we've had zero overlap with candidates on this in terms of anything happening.
So you're locking them into you. It's better than LinkedIn.
Yeah.
LinkedIn, everybody else is going after the same person.
Yeah, and LinkedIn's not really designed to showcase the value of an agent. You want to understand a little bit about who they are, but, you know, LinkedIn's very specific. It is, you know, in terms of being broad. So it can be for anyone, but it has nothing to do with a quality agent versus something else. So again, easy to use, 5-minute setup, and you can start as many conversations as you want. It's phenomenal. You have all the search filters. You know, you can kind of look at people's profiles, see what they're all about. So it works really well. We have obviously a lot of great brokerages on using it.
Is everybody in there, or is it just people who've created a profile?
So it's everyone who's created a profile. If we had everyone, we'd have 2 million agents, but it's everyone who's created a profile.
Is that free?
Yes, it's free to create a profile.
Okay.
We all of the sort of, you know, referral stuff, everything else is free. It comes with your profile. So, you know, again, we provide access nationwide MLS up here. You can create property alerts, come in really handy if you have an agent. If you have a customer moving to somewhere else and you want to maintain the business, you can actually collaborate with your client, and then you give them a call, the agent on the other side, to share a referral. So this is what it looks like. Really smooth, really great interface. super easy to share, collaborate with clients, no matter where they may be moving. And if you're an agent in a certain location that you want to attract out of state buyers, you have the option to actually say, I want to attract referrals from Boston, New York, Chicago. And then we'll put your listings in front of those agents just as part of your account. So it comes with all of this. So it's really about helping you build every part of your business.
Yeah, I'm thinking about this. I know we're here to talk about recruiting, but I live in an area that a lot of people like to move to. It's kind of paradise there in West Florida. And I could see just using this to say, hey, you got anybody moving here? Everybody knows the area. To just let them know, just networking.
Yeah, that's how most people use it. So you can create a property alert in like 2 seconds. So if you want to do like Miami, client, you can do it in 2 seconds, Miami, and then do whatever radius makes sense. And we're up and running. Oh, sorry. He's already done this one. I already did one.
Okay.
Sorry.
So those alerts are any listings that are coming on the market?
Yes. So it updates automatically. So new listings come in, automatically updates. You can see this one has 51. This one has 4. So it brings in new ones all the time.
From other ideal estate agents.
Yeah.
Or just,
yep. Yeah. So if you went to go like Miami, you can actually go through, search every home on the market. And what you would notice clicking into any one of these, you don't see your competitors advertising on your listings. We don't allow it. Anyone who reaches out to you, we give you the contact information for free, and we never resell it.
Oh, so it's a public portal that consumers can use.
Yes, but mostly they use it to collaborate with their agents. So you can see contact info, really easy, nice interface, looks good. And it's just a great way to collaborate with clients and also to connect with new people. So it makes it easier for your clients to refer you as well. I don't want to get off topic here, though.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah. So on the going back to the profile, I saw something about the ideal prospect, or you can define who you want to attract. Is that kind of
correct?
Ideal candidate.
Yeah, some people go broad, nationwide, but if I wanted to, and I can't change this is a live account, but if I wanted to say Sacramento, San Bernardino, and LA, I can do that.
Okay.
I can go, by region or nationwide. And so it's really about, if you're, you might be a Florida agent, but you're opening a brokerage in Tennessee and you want to help kind of, get the ball rolling, you can use this very easily there. And so, it's easy. And obviously we're kind of racking up stuff for you all the time.
Does the auto connection work? Does it just add a few people a day or something, or?
It sends out connection requests 100 a day to agents that meet your criteria. And you might get, 5 or 6 that accept, and then you follow up with them. So it's a reasonable thing. We have more than enough people to go around. Again, we've limited the number of people so it doesn't get overwhelming for anyone. You also have the activity feed here, which shows you real-time real estate activity. So these are new homes coming on the market in real time, anywhere you want to look. So you can look in different locations, see what's going on in your network. You can invite your professional partners. So if you have lenders, appraisers, inspectors that you work with, you can do that. And that's a reason someone would want to work with you as well, or join your team or brokerage, is because you're going to bring great lenders, appraisers, inspectors, moving companies, whatever the case may be. And then this is a really cool feature. This is called Quick Share. So I can share these listings, and it might be his, with 60,000 people roughly, one click.
Huh. So if you got a good investment property that anybody in the country might be interested in, you just do it. And you put that in your listing presentation. I'm going to share this with my network of 60,000 agents.
That's how people use it. Yes, yeah. Exactly correct. Yeah, absolutely. And you can set your preferences, what you're looking to do. If you work with veterans, if you do certain things, if you have other things you want us to add, we can add those. And again, just pairs you with people that you're going to work well with. And that works with agent attraction and works with referrals. And so, Ryan, for your example, being the go-to person in Florida, connecting with people in Boston, New York, Chicago makes a lot of sense. And, you get one deal a year, you've paid for 10 years of this product, whether it's, referrals and, or, basically doing the attraction side of things, for sure.
Cool. So, I know there's this screen where you can see all your connection requests. Are you able to show that from this agent's profile, or that was something I thought was really, really interesting.
This one?
Yeah, so it's kind of like your running feed, I guess, right? Of things going
Yeah,
on.
so this is like your notification center. So like his stuff, people are accepting his connection requests, but you can see people looking at his profile. He can request a phone call, so he doesn't even have to feel intimidated about reaching out. Click of a button, really easy to do. Obviously gets all the information. You know, this person meets his criteria, hasn't seen his pitch yet, but
Okay.
worth following up with. And so we categorize people based on their behavior, based on what you want to work with them on. And
So you could
it,
just go in and look for that red recommended and every day and start to
yeah, absolutely.
focus in. Okay.
Yep. And pretty easy. And then interesteds are, you know, two different categories. Maybe I should show the public profile view. So what a candidate sees when they look at you is they see this button saying I'm interested. And people that click that, that's unlimited. You can send an unlimited number of those people to KV Core. They have a very special campaign set up for them. Very, very easy. And those are, you know, really what we're trying to get you. But obviously, you know, the follow-ups, things like that are incredibly valuable. But this is, you know, what you see, this is like a quick apply from LinkedIn or something like that. It sends all of your metrics, gives your follow-up info, and then, you know, you're able to almost like apply for a job.
So on the KV Core side of things, the lead goes in as any other lead with the type agent, and then the smart campaign is automatically applied.
Correct. And so like interesteds, all the tags were created to identify how to approach the person. So an interested person gets a text message with your calendar. If you have it set up in KV Core, automatically, let's get on a phone call and let's work through this. Has all the information you need about the candidate right there in KV Core. Obviously, you have it in both places, but you know, if you kind of go through here, it's phenomenal because you can go straight into KV Core, see where anyone is. I can't do this because I don't have access to his KV Core. Right. I can go back to KV Core. If I click recruit and send someone to KV Core, I can see where they are in the process. I can see the emails they've opened, where they've responded, everything that matters, just with the click of a button.
Yeah, because they're contacting KV Core, so you get the full timeline there. So Ideal Estate kind of becomes your cold or warm bucket. I don't know if this is a fair thing to say. And then KV Core becomes
top of the funnel.
Yeah, top of the funnel.
Top of the funnel. Yep. We're the top. We find everyone and kind of get them to where they need to be to get them to close. Very much within the playbook, you know, taken care of. So we're doing this part, getting you here, and then the close part is right there. And it's like, when should I send someone to KV Core? After the 3-step process, some people do it kind of in between, just kind of depends, but you want to kind of make sure they're the right fit before you're going to nurture them. So, and you know, if it's a long-term, short-term, you know, we're going to add to all this stuff as we move along as well.
But there is you've been kind of, as you've watched other agents, I know my friend Shannon's a guy you work with a lot. You've kind of seen what the power users do, and you're aggregating that into this playbook, best practices.
Correct. So the people that follow this do incredibly well. Some of them kind of send a KV Core here, some do it here, and some do it even after, you know, they're kind of through this process. Maybe the person's ready to close, but you know, they're like, okay, well, we'll schedule something and we'll go out in the future, and you know, it might be a month from now. Right. So you know, they look at it that way. So we've gone through this to set up everything you need to know, how to put value first, what you should say in your pitch, what you should say in your initial call with someone, because not everyone's good at recruiting. It doesn't matter what brokerage you're with. It can be hard. And even people coming to you, you have to make sure they're the right fit. Otherwise, you're wasting time and money. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole demo.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm more than happy. I don't know if you want to do Q&A here. And
yeah, let's just see. Does anybody have any questions? This is a little strange. We usually get a lot of questions early on, but I think everybody's just been watching. Does anybody have any questions about Ideal Estate? Are you using it already? I know that I created a profile I'll be honest, Brody, probably a year ago, and I never did anything with it. I'm sure that's a battle you fight every day, but a lot of people listening might already have a profile, or they can just go get one, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. And then you're probably going to want to fill that out just like LinkedIn. Make sure you get a video in there. Set yourself apart, give some details. Let's see. I lost my Zoom. I think there was a question or two.
Oh, I just pulled. It looks like Rich. And I'm happy to answer voice wise. I don't know if you want to bring people in.
Yeah. So this is a good question. Yeah, maybe we will. But he's asking, can you set it up so that it ties into an already set up KV Core Smart campaign?
I'm not sure. I think that would be a question on your guys' end. We already have, obviously, it's already set up within KV Core. I think this came up early on, but I think it's something that we could easily adjust for you if you already have a recruiting strategy within KV Core. That I think the concern there is, would there be overlap, and you don't want to engage people on multiple platforms. So that's something that I think is something we worked on early on that's accommodated.
Yeah, and I know for sure you could definitely take those actions in your existing campaign and just put them into the Ideal Estate campaign in KV Core, because you've probably already created those templates. So it would be like 5 minutes of work for you. You just kind of mirror that.
Right.
Yeah, but it's a good question because he's asking, can he add voice drops and video email and things like that? You can add any KV Core campaign actions can be added to the existing Ideal Estate campaign, right?
Without question, yes.
Yeah. So I probably have that enacted in my account because I do have the Ideal Estate. Let me just see if I can find it. Oh, this happens to me very frequently on these webinars, Brody. Give me a second.
Not a problem at all.
Get logged out here. So smart campaigns. Is it called Ideal Estate?
Yeah, it'll just pull them up, or just should be Ideal.
Okay, maybe I don't have it and I thought I did.
It's because I think you have a free account for fun, but I'm not sure.
Okay. All right. Well, there's an Ideal Estate campaign in here. And it basically is pre-written emails and texts designed for this scenario, but you're able to edit that campaign to answer your question.
Yeah, absolutely.
I could probably go into a user's account. So that was one question. We can get back to the slides here. Just to recap the system, how it works at its base, see if I understand it. You create a profile. Ideal Estate starts automatically matching you with people who fit the criteria you define for your candidates. KV Core does automated follow-up when you send people in with exclusively, was that 4 weeks before somebody else can?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit over that, but yeah. So that's fine. I think it's about 6, but yeah.
Okay, 6 weeks, and then there's basically this suggested funnel or best practices around what you say to people that Ideal Estate gives you, and you guys are doing ongoing weekly webinars like this one around best practices.
Yeah, and we usually have a pretty good following, and people come on. We get top coaches from a lot of different brokerages, just sharing their best tactics, things like that. So again, it's not something where we try to just leave you out there hanging. It's in our best interest to make sure this is very successful. That's why we work with everyone personally.
Great. And then the ROI, I think most people can do the math depending on what they do at their office, at their what their company offers. The thing that I was missing, Brody, I'll be honest, I missed totally the referral aspect of this. There are agents who build their whole business on just networking with other agents and getting referrals from around the country. And that's a path you could take here using Ideal Estate as a lead generation source.
Yeah, it's an ancillary benefit without question. And it's something that it's not insignificant at all. You get one referral, you get a few different people joining your team. And this is a huge revenue producer for you. Yeah, we're seeing good results there.
Yeah, I could see personally doing, hey, do you know anybody who's freezing their butt off in Chicago right now, and sending that, having my Ideal Estate prospects in KV Core and sending a mass email like that maybe every 6 months.
Yeah, no, and they do that. I mean, we have a lot of business in Florida that, they basically just focus 100% on New York and Chicago.
Yep.
And people come down and they become the go-to person. And that's where we're thriving as well, which is repeat business, and that's relationship building. So you might use this for 6 months, get enough people, and it can last you for the rest of the year. And, the other part is we don't have contracts. You can turn on or off as needed.
Yeah.
And so it's not something that's going to not be flexible for you. Again, trying to be super agent friendly with your needs.
Cool.
So that's something we care very much about.
So nobody's asked about pricing yet. I think you can see it from the marketplace tab in KV Core, but these, you kind of have some plans here.
Yep.
They offer different things. I'll let you kind of just explain them if you want.
Yeah, it's really simple. So it's really based on the number of people you want to bring over in a calendar year. That's reasonable. Some people do it faster and they can turn it off if they want to. But basically, if you're looking to bring over, that many people in a year, that's how we've based it. How many people you send to KV Core is really, really the difference. And then obviously there's different messaging stuff on our side. Everyone gets access to the playbook and to the weekly webinars, which are incredibly valuable. It's something where I make myself personally available to everyone who needs any help. And so that's something where we take a lot of pride in that. And so it compared to everyone else in the market, again, based on your needs, these are 4 times more affordable than most other solutions because they are nationwide.
Right. And you can do a free profile. That'll just allow you to kind of, that's interesting because it'll allow you to be recruited, right? But
no, you can't recruit. And I mean, you could be recruited if you're on there, but again, I that's again, kind of a weird fear because if you're on LinkedIn or Facebook, you can be recruited if you're in the phone book.
I'm not trying to highlight, I'm bringing it up because in my head went there, but I was like, that might actually be fun. I don't know.
No, I mean, a lot of people, most agents switch jobs 3 times in their first 5 years or something like that. It's kind of that way. And it's important to have a great recruiting strategy because of that. So we're not trying to facilitate something that's, that's strange or sell people or do that kind of stuff. It's about aligning people and people make those kinds of decisions. But in terms of just being able to build relationships that create value, this is a great way to do it. And the other part too is when you do recruit someone here, there's also the retention part. And that comes with helping people get referrals and make sure they're happy. And we care a lot about that as well. So we want to help you retain and stay close to all of your folks.
Great. So I know you have various levels of success, just like anything else. I'm sure a lot of people sign up and they don't really do anything.
Sure.
And not much happens because you still need to work the system, right? It's pretty automated, but you still need to do stuff. But here's a few kind of just screenshots. You want to talk about some of the people, some of what you're seeing with results people are getting?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we have people and we created the playbook out of, just making sure that everyone follows a simple process for success. Again, not everyone's good at it. They go on Indeed, they go on LinkedIn, they try to do things, they run ads. They get, very expensive results, if any results at all. And so, some of these people just following these tactics that we've taken from tons of folks. Shannon brought over 23 agents to his brokerage in the last month. Emma got her first one, I think 3 days in, and she's brought over 50 since. And
23 in the last month, or was that like a whole brokerage you brought in?
Whole brokerage.
Gotcha.
But in 1 month. So yeah, just to be totally clear there.
Yeah. But that's awesome. That's the kind of stuff that can happen. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And we have other folks we work with, that bring over 1 a month. But mostly that's enough for people. So you don't want to do more than you can handle. It would be like if I was like, I need to hire 50 people for my company in 1 month, then you can't do that unless you have an HR department, lots of other stuff.
I have somebody we just hired on this call listening to us right now, and I'll tell you, it's been a lot of work dealing with her. So I know exactly what you're talking about.
There you go.
And bringing on so many people fast.
It's very simple. You have, the ability to start a conversation with pretty much every agent in the country that's producing. And so, that's, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm happy to answer any questions that anyone has. Does anyone want to, I don't know if you want to have people jump in. Again, I know you have other stuff you want to cover, but it's a phenomenal solution. We're very excited to be partnered with KV Core on this. It is the best CRM in the industry, and we are obviously going to make this better all the time. And that's something that this will be the ugliest day you ever look at it every single day, because it's always going to get better.
Yeah, that's a good point. I've been familiar with Ideal Estate probably for a year and a half, maybe or so, and I never took the time to really learn it. So this was a little, this webinar kind of helped me understand it. But I know this is a lot different than it was a year ago. You guys are actively developing and improving.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of other questions. This is sort of a niched kind of thing. On these sessions, we talk a lot about lead generation and conversions, but I think this really plays into, a wider strategy, either if you have a need to recruit, or if you do think heavily about, what is your referral strategy. I like Ideal Estate for that too, as I've said a few times on this webinar.
Yeah, the referral side for everyone just comes with the free account. You fill out a similar profile. I want to connect with agents in these locations. When they accept the connection, your listings go to them automatically. And so if you connect with an agent in New York and you're in Florida, just use that example. Every time you get a new listing, you have an update to your business, automatically gets sent to those agents. And so if they have someone that might be interested, you're sharing a warm handoff, which is the referral side.
Great. And I have some work to do here. I'm just looking at the profile. But it looks pretty easy. It looks like it'll take 10 minutes, right? And you just fill it out and
if you have everything like a bio set up, it should take 10 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's pretty easy to use from that standpoint. And we're obviously here, and if anyone wants to reach out or if they have questions, more than happy to throw my stuff in the channel.
Great. Naomi, did you have a question? I could let people live. If you'd like to just let us know if you want to be unmuted, or just ask your question in the chat. Brody's number's right there if you have any questions to everybody in the chat. Yeah, you're brave, Brody.
I did this with 1,500 agents on one of the webinars, and
you're better.
I didn't regret it, but it was very hard for about an hour.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really do mean it. You can call me. I will answer. We pride ourselves in that.
Cool. Yeah, not a lot of questions, but I think this was really useful. What do you think, guys? Are you going to try out Ideal Estate? Are you already recruiting? Can you see this kind of working in your existing flow? I think at the very least, it makes sense. Just grab the profile, get familiar with it, even if you're not ready to go right now. Probably something, who knows, and in a few months, you might have the bandwidth. So definitely start getting familiar today. Brody, thanks a lot. I'm not seeing a lot of questions, but this was really useful for me personally. It'll help me kind of communicate the value of Ideal Estate. Robo says he signed up, hasn't gotten started yet. Yeah, Robo, you're in an area. He's in Hawaii, so the referral side of this.
We have tons of agents in Hawaii that use this.
Yeah,
that's one of our top markets for referrals, no question about it.
Yeah, you're just in one of those areas that everybody wants to take a minute to get to.
Everyone's moving. Utah is one of our big markets, Dallas, all different kinds of places, but Florida is probably our biggest, just people moving around the country. And what we're trying to do is have agents cooperate. The MLS was created to help agents help other agents sell homes. And I think some of the Zillows of the world maybe ruin that a little bit. And we're trying to actually kind of restore that value. And that's where we're, really coming from as a company. And obviously you guys are behind agents, and that's what we want to do. And so anything anyone needs, please do feel free to call me.
Yeah, that's rare with software, guys. So definitely. Awesome, Brody. We'll get the replay of this live, guys. You can share it with your team. If you have people who you work with who also might need to recruit, you'll have the link to this shortly. We'll put it in the next level members area. It'll be on our YouTube channel shortly. And I probably missed a big detail. If you do want to check out Ideal Estate, it is in the marketplace of KV Core. You just go in there, just search Ideal, and then you'll see some details here, and you can click add to KV Core and get going pretty quickly. So thanks again, Brody. And everybody, we'll see you tomorrow. I think we're going to be talking a little bit about some FSBO stuff tomorrow. Brody, I'll catch up with you later.
Sounds good. See you
All right.
guys. Thank you for taking the time. Great to meet all of you. All the best.
See you later.
Bye.
All right, bye guys. We'll hang up the session and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks a lot.